Beautiful souls, I am here to connect with your hearts and bring the energy of love that flows through me into your lives. When contacting with your hearts, that energy is directed towards you, and in that way, you can feel it, incorporate it, and expand it around you. My dear ones, I have come to bring you a few words, and it is my wish that they reach your hearts and give relief and comfort, especially to those souls who feel in loneliness. It is so simple and yet so difficult to understand that loneliness is not a punishment for something you have not done right. Loneliness is nothing more and nothing less than the opportunity to know yourself more, to explore within yourself, to find in yourself your own light, and thus reconnect with the universal wisdom and the divine source. How could this then be a bad thing for you? Well, no, isn't it? Yet you live it as a punishment. What is wrong with me that I can't relate? What have I done that I am destined to loneliness? Do you recognize any of these thoughts? Well, none of this is so. Precious souls, a first layer of this issue is the many burdens, mandates, and demands culturally set within families, culturally established demands within families and society. These demands, of course, cause you enormous voids when you cannot fulfill them, and you are flooded with fears that you cannot reverse them. When it comes to relationships, the difficulty is even greater, because another being is involved. Alone, individually, you cannot do anything to make love flow between two beings, and this of course generates pain and impotence. You will have noticed that those who feel lonely often feel alone even when they are with family, as a couple, or with friends. So where does this emptiness, this sadness, this feeling of loneliness come from? That is the issue, beautiful souls, is in yourselves. You tend to look for in others what you should be looking for inside yourselves. And yes, you have heard this countless times, but it is still difficult to understand and incorporate it. You place your expectations in trying to get others to fill your emptinesses. And of course, it is not possible to intervene in the decisions, actions, and emotions of others, and so they fall further into sadness. As you know, it is not possible to modify what is outside of you without modifying what is happening inside. It is there, my dear ones, where it all begins within you, because there is your universe. From within, you can reconnect with your soul, with your wisdom, with your supreme being, with your essence, and by achieving this reconnection, you will unite with your soul. No less, dear ones. And now think again, do you think that loneliness is a bad thing? Of course not, right? As long as it is used for such achievements. It is very likely that many of you will have to go through this reconnection process in solitude, as expanding your awareness and incorporating the certainty that we are all connected is not easy without exploring your sensations and emotions. And this journey cannot always be done in company. On the other hand, dear ones, some don't dare to explore within themselves, or they get stuck in their dense emotions, they regret feeling them, and they stay there. Of course, they do not do it intentionally, they simply do not find the way out of that state. You know, my beloved ones, that changes do not happen by themselves. It is not enough to feel the loneliness and stay in it. That emotion is simply an alarm that warns you about what you should transform. Your soul is asking you to take care of your inner self, and the way to take care of it is by intervening. To transform something, you need to add a new element. If you stay in the same circle of actions and reactions, nothing will change. That new element usually arises when they feel that emptiness, that feeling of loneliness. Usually you seek to fill it with other people, activities, beliefs, or rather they look for other people to fill it. And this does not happen. Maybe they feel better for a while, but then the feeling of loneliness will return. By allowing yourself to explore within, by reconnecting with your higher self and all that it implies, you will be adding that new element, changing your response. My dear ones, know that whatever experiences you have had, whatever the scenario you have proposed for this existence, the sensation of loneliness, the emptiness and the suffering it causes you, will disappear once you reconnect with your soul, with your inner self, when you regain communication with your divine essence. But remember that this connection begins inside you, not outside, not through others. It begins within yourselves, opening your hearts to find the learning and the answers in communication with your higher self, who is in permanent and absolute union with the divine energy. Beautiful souls, you have a great job to do, but everything in you will change, have done it. You will see that relationships with other people will flow and will no longer be to fill a void, because that void will no longer exist. You will be able to relate, to accompany each other, knowing that each being is responsible for his or her sensations, emotions, and feelings, understanding that no one should be anyone's remedy. Dear souls, feel your inner power, your strength, your light. Feel and incorporate the energy of love that we bring to you and integrate it in you. When you feel in your hearts the light, your greatness, and the warmth of your embrace, you will have the strength to face any learning, and that emptiness and loneliness will no longer be possible. I embrace an immense love to each one of you and know that we are always with you. Search in your hearts, look inside yourselves, because we are all part of it. I love you all. I am Mary Magdalene. And so it is.